Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful series of the revenue growth and also the stock price growth. Okay, so first you want to try any of the stock they are interested in. So maybe let's try Chipotle, for example. So I want to find Chipotle's revenue. You just Google it with the ticker, and you can use macro trends because it has a lot of these up-to-date quarterly data. So go to the site and then just scroll down and you'll find the quarterly revenues right here. Just copy it and then put it in your new Google spreadsheet. And I use the keyboard shortcut Control Shift V to paste special with only values. On your Mac, it's Command Shift V. Okay. So in this, you see that the revenues are in descending order, meaning they are from the latest to the oldest. I want to reverse that. So I just select the two columns, go to data, show range, and instead of showing from A to Z, Z to A, I change it to A to Z. Then I'll get the oldest on top. Okay. So that's the revenue. Now I want to get the price. So my starting point is the first quarter of 2009. So you're gonna use this function called Google Finance. And then there should be 4 inputs in this function. First input is the ticker. In this case, I have Chipotle CMG. You can replace it with any ticker you like, right? Target, Walmart, Tesla, whatever. The second input is the price. What do you want to get from Google Finance? I want to get the stock price. And then you need to supply 2 dates. One is the starting, one is the ending. And for the date, you need to follow this date format closely. Right? You cannot deviate from that. Any changes will mess up the output. So start with the year and the beginning day. I want to do the whole first quarter of 2009. So January 1st, 2009. That's the beginning day. Ending, we can put the latest one, maybe 2024. And we have June 30th. Okay. So that's the beginning and ending. And when I hit enter, it will produce the whole series all the way from 2009 to Q2 2024. And these are daily data. That's not ideal. So I'm gonna convert this into quarterly data. So select the 2 columns, go to the menu, pick insert, and you're gonna choose pivot table. When it pops up, it go to this new sheet to work on the data. So on the right, you see that these operation panels. You just drag date to underneath the rows, drag closing price to underneath values, change value, summarize by to average. I want to get an average value. But these are still daily, so I'm gonna consolidate them into quarterly average. So right click on any date or 2-finger click on your trackpad, and then you have options pop up and choose this one, create pivot date group, and select year quarter because we are working on quarterly data. So you see you have data all the way from 2009 Q1 to 2024 Q2, right? So you copy the whole thing, Command C or Control C, and I'm gonna put it up here. So use paste special because I want to cut the connection between the pivot table and the value. So I just use paste special with values only. You see that they are lining up really, really well, right? So I can delete this now. I don't need it. So I have a nice revenue data. So let me copy the revenue data and paste it here. And I have the price data. So let me just give them some title. So this is the date, and this is the stock price. This is the revenue. And if you just create a chart by selecting them, you're gonna see these two have a very different axis. Right? You see the price are much lower than the revenue because they are using different units. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna standardize them by making the beginning value as 1. So I'm gonna call this at adjust price and at adjust revenue. So how do you adjust for that? So price divided by the beginning price, right? And I want to always to go back to this beginning price. So I'm gonna put dollar signs here to lock the cell, right? Suggested autofill is good. If you don't believe it, click on anything, you'll see we are having a relative value to the beginning price, right? That's what we have. You can do the same thing for revenue, divided by the beginning revenue, lock the cell, and then you can have that autofill. Now we can put the two series together on the same chart. So you can select the date column and hold down the command key. Then you can select two other columns that are not adjacent to your date column. So now we can insert a chart. It automatically generates a bar chart. That's not beautiful. So let me change it to the line chart, right? So you see from 2009, Chipotle's price outperformed the revenue, right? So it looks like sort of overperforming in terms of the stock price. And one other thing you can do is you can customize the axis of the vertical one and then change it to scroll it down. So how do I do this? I go to this table, customize, select vertical axis, scroll it down. There's a option called log scale, right? So log scale will give you the well, that seems to be a interesting number here. You have a negative revenue in 2016. Interesting. So anyway, so the slope of a log chart is the growth rate. So you see that it's quite steady in this point. I think this is the time when Chipotle has serious food contamination scandal. Some customers get ill, even got killed after eating Chipotle food. So they had this big drop, right? And but after that, it continued to grow nicely, probably even slightly better than previously, right? So this is a slope, and this is a new slope. But the stock price seems to track that pretty well, right? You look at the slope, and probably a little bit overperforming, right? But not too much different, right? So what we can see is this is sort of like overperforming a little bit, but these are, if you look at log scale, they are probably still gonna go hand in hand in the long run, right? So revenue growth has a slope, stock price growth has a slope, and that's what I want to see from a growth stock. Okay, that's it, and I'll see you next time.